on News 5 Live. A shooting on Pelican Street mars the final ground of Carnival mass camp. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams says public concerns ahead of Saturday's Carnival Road March. Corporal Elmerna and PC Kalis are acquitted by a tribunal in expect of a drug plane landing near Bladen. We'll tell you what the commissioner plans to do to address that decision. And FIFA President Gianni Infantino visits Belize. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new Smart Stream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, Smart Stream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy. Be like me and stream on the go with Smart Stream.
Welcome to Design Depot, all in one place. Shop brands you know and trust, like Kohler. Welcome, GE Appliances.
Welcome.
Oran Windows.
Welcome.
Tiles from around the world.
Welcome.
Sherwin-Williams Paint and Coating. Visit us today at mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway or call us at 223-3768. Design Depot. All in one place.
Say hello to DigiTV. Step into the world of digital entertainment. DigiTV gives you access to 100+ channels on your TV or your mobile device at unbeatable prices. Take your shows with you wherever you go. It's a new level of freedom. Enjoy your favorite entertainment, sports, family, Latin, and local channels. No more fighting for the TV remote. You can access whenever you want from 2 devices at the same time. DigiTV is for everyone, and with the fastest fiber and mobile networks in the country, you are guaranteed to have the best experience ever. There's no installation required. Sign up for the Max package for only $40 monthly and get the first 2 months for just $30. For a limited time, get 50% off a Fire Stick when you sign up. Download the DigiTV app from the Android or Apple stores. Just WhatsApp us at 608-8888 to sign up. It's that easy. Watch, experience, enjoy DigiTV today.
Carnival is back. Back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival. From the King and Queen competition to mass camps to Juve and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022 live on 5.
Biodegradable plastics. When talking about plastic, don't you always hear people say that this plastic or that plastic is biodegradable, eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, green, or even ecological? Well, the truth is that these words and many others like them are often used to give the impression that the product is better for the environment. When shopping, the terms to look for are bio-based, compostable, or environmentally degradable plastics because they are tested against specific standards to ensure that they are broken down with minimal impacts to the environment. But what does biodegradable really mean? To put it simply, it is the breakdown of something into water, carbon dioxide, and biomass by the action of living organisms, usually bacteria or fungus. However, people call some plastics biodegradable, but they never fully break down because they still contain plastics made from petroleum or inorganic material. The plastics just break down into tinier pieces called microplastics, which then enter the food cycle through the ingestion by animals that people eat. Don't be fooled, check your labels. Click on the link below to see what you can do to help end the nightmare of single-use plastics. I'm Alison Castillo, and now you know.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, August 31st. I am Sabrina Daly. A shooting in Belize City on Tuesday evening has raised serious concerns about public safety heading into the Carnival weekend. The armed attack on Dixon Ramirez, a short distance away from where Soca Mocha was preparing for its mass camp on Pelican Street, canceled an event where participants in the pre-carnival activity were up to be judged by the Carnival Association. The young man, we are told by residents in the area, was shot following a scuffle at a nearby basketball court. In the wake of the shooting, quick response led to police on mobile patrol arresting the culprit, not before coming under gunfire from the fleeing suspect. News 5's Isani Cayetano reports.
A physical altercation at a basketball court on Pelican Street, reportedly over a pair of slippers, has left a 19-year-old suffering from gunshot wounds. Dixon Ramirez, a resident of Peter Street, and several other young men were fired upon by someone whom they allegedly attacked moments earlier. His mother, Dorla Ramirez, was at home when she was informed of the shooting.
I right home I saw they watch TV, I didn't hear no gunshot, none at all, and they just come and tell me, if I hear that my son get shot, I said, what? So I just jump up and I just out the TV and they said they don't care about the hospital, so I just end up going and walk on the hospital.
The incident took place just as Carnival band Soca Mocha was preparing for its mass camp event. It ultimately disrupted the judging of that activity. Nonetheless, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams told the media today that officers were on mobile patrol in the vicinity when they heard what sounded like shots being fired nearby.
Police were patrolling in the area of the boulevard that is corner with Iguana Street extension when they heard what sounded like a shot coming from the area of Elson Kerr Street. The officers responded to the area where they saw another police officer and he had given them a description of the suspects who had fired the shots. The team of officers from CIB went in the area where the officer had directed the suspect had run with the weapon. And the police officers encountered the suspect in the area of Seagull Street. The suspects fired shots at the police and the police returned fire. No one was injured in that particular instance with the exchange of gunfire between the police and the suspect.
That individual was later apprehended and a sweep of the area yielded a firearm believed to have been used in the commission of that crime.
The suspect was eventually caught and a search of the area led to the discovery of a 9mm pistol with some ammunition in its magazine. Now the area where the shooting occurred, the primary scene, which is on the Iguana Street extension area, there was where the person got shot, and that person was shot by the suspect who the police were pursuing. That person, the victim, received gunshot injury to the leg and a growing area.
By the time she arrived at the Carl Houston Memorial Hospital, Ramirez's son had already been taken in for surgery. She told News 5 this morning that the operation was successful.
When we reach him, they don't care about the surgical ward, I think, make it go get surgery, I think. And they tell me we wait, and they say about 11, so after 11, I get treated surgery, and they tell me we go, make no sense to wait, because then, but we still wait for make we hear the verdict after I get the surgery, I think, and so everything is, that's him. Shut off from fire, so and it was through bladder, and Dr. Wegan and the doctor may explain to me.
The neighborhood in which the incident took place is a hotspot for gang activity. Ramirez, however, says her son is not involved with any of the groups in that community. A police investigation continues. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
In the aftermath of last evening's shooting that marred the final leg of the Carnival mass camp, residents took to social media to express concerns about citizen security heading into the festive weekend. This afternoon, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams gave assurances that the Belize Police Department will be out in full force on Saturday to safeguard onlookers, as well as revelers during the Carnival Road March. According to Compal Williams, the young men who were involved in Ramirez's shooting on Tuesday were not part of the group that was released following the recent state of emergency.
It's a cause for concern, particularly for those who are Carnival enthusiasts. I have seen some of the information on social media, people saying that they're going to Carnival again and sort of things, that people certainly will feel away. But I want to assure the public that the police will be in full readiness and in full force on Carnival Day, which is this coming Saturday, to ensure the safety of all those persons who will either participate or be onlookers of the Carnival parade. These persons who were involved in that incident last night were not persons who are part of the state of emergency. Prior to those persons released yesterday, there was a meeting held with them by LIU and the different agencies, including police, just to make sure that they were in a state of readiness to be released back into the public. And we are optimistic that they are going to hold their corner, at least for now. And I had said to the officer who attended the meeting with them that to convey my message to them, that even though they are being released now, if it is that they would want to start their foolishness again, I would be more than happy to go back to the minister and the prime minister and request that they be sent back to prison.
Corporal Elmer Nah, a rogue police officer who is being investigated for his alleged role in the landing of a drug plane near Bladen in South Stand Creek, has been acquitted by an internal tribunal set up by the Belize Police Department. Corporal Nah, along with Police Constable Kalis, remain on interdiction despite the decision of the tribunal to clear them of the charges pertaining to the firearms and ammunition that were found near the scene of the incident in November 2021. Corporal Nah and 3 others, including Nelson Middleton, Delwyn Casimiro, and George Ferguson, are out on bail of $40,000 for their alleged involvement with the airplane landing. This afternoon, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams spoke on the decision.
I was notified yesterday evening of the decisions of the adjudicator following the completion of the disciplinary tribunal in respect to Corporal Elmer Nah and PC Kalis. From what I was briefed by the commander of Promotional Standard Branch, is that the adjudicator who presided over the matter had found both gentlemen not guilty in respect to the ammunition that were found inside a vehicle that they were in at the particular time. And I was further briefed that the acquittal came as a result of the testimony of another officer who testified to the tribunal that he had signed for those ammunition and had left them inside the vehicle. But again, having looked at the circumstances is that the officer who testified to the effect that he had left the ammunition inside the vehicle in question that he had supposedly left the ammunition is not the same vehicle that the two gentlemen were found in. And at the time had the ammunition in it. So I still cannot understand on what basis did the adjudicator decided that these two gentlemen were not guilty.
In light of the decision taken by the adjudicator, Compal Williams has requested that the files related to the matter involving Na and Kalis be turned over to him for his legal team to review. He says that if the adjudicator is found to have blundered the case, then the department will look at other means to address the issue.
Nonetheless, I have sent for the file, the notes of evidence, and I will review the notes of evidence or have my legal team review the notes of evidence to see whether or not the adjudicator erred in his decision in acquitting the two gentlemen. And one of the issues we have, Jules, is that we have been saying to our adjudicators over and over that our disciplinary tribunal is not a court of law per se. It is a process by which we allow the principle of natural justice to take its course. It's a fact-finding tribunal, and the strict rule of evidence is not applicable. And likewise, it is not like in a court of law where a person must be found guilty based on the principle of this beyond all reasonable doubt, meaning that the standard of proof is not beyond all reasonable doubt. Carnival Na and PC Kalis remains on interdiction because the criminal part of that matter is still before the court.
Would you say, sir, that you are disappointed in the outcome?
Certainly, I am disappointed in the outcome. I certainly was not expecting the outcome that I got yesterday. And as a matter of process, I will have to go through what the law allows me to do and see if, in fact, the adjudicator was right or he erred. And if it is that we should find that he erred, then certainly we'll see what can be done in respect to that matter itself.
Coming up, the Ministry of Education is concerned about school hair policies. Details when we return.
My name is Dr. Marcelo Coy, and I'm an obstetrician and gynecologist at Belize Medical Associates. Pregnant women are at risk of getting infected with the COVID-19 virus and are at higher risk to develop severe complications and illnesses. The COVID-19 vaccine is safe to use during pregnancy. All pregnant women should get vaccinated to protect themselves and their newborn. Visit any vaccination site and get vaccinated.
V-Bucks by Belize, Belize's newest multi-brand rewards program. To access V-Bucks, download the mobile app or access the website portal at bbucks.bz and set up your account. If you already have a Belize account, chances are you already have V-Bucks. Don't let them go to waste. To earn V-Bucks, make a purchase at any Belize location or at any of these Belize entities, namely Island Freight Forwarders, Best Manufacturing, Benquip, and B-Mart. Once V-Bucks are earned, reward yourself. Use V-Bucks to buy items or exchange for cash. You can also double, triple, or even quadruple your V-Bucks on promotional days. It is simple. Purchase, earn, redeem. Loyalty is always rewarding with V-Bucks. Brought to you by Belize, celebrating 75 years of quality and savings.
After a rough week of school, Jake and his friends decide to treat themselves to frozen coffee. And since they don't have cash on them, they decide to use eCash. With eCash's geolocation feature, Jake can easily find the nearest coffee spot. With eCash's built-in option to split bills, Jake can pay the bill and his friends can reimburse their portion of the bill. Jake scans the merchant's code and confirms payment. Jake then views his transaction history and taps on the transaction recently made, then taps the split the bill button where he selects the evenly option to evenly split the bill. The application splits the bill automatically. His friends receive and accept the request. Geolocation and splitting the bill via eCash makes Jake enjoy his digital lifestyle.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Carnival is back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival, from the King and Queen competition to mass camps, to Juve, and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022 live on 5.
The Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology today issued a release expressing concern over school hair policies. The release comes on the heels of reports that approximately 30 students were sent home by the administration of the Bishop Martin School in Orange Walk and were not being allowed into their classrooms for failure to adhere to the hair policy of the educational system. The ministry quotes from the Constitution saying that, quote, equal protection should be given to children regardless of their social status, and that a just system should be ensured to provide for education and health on the basis of equality, unquote. Fundamentally, Chief Executive Officer Diane Mejia says that the ministry is not about micromanaging schools, but students cannot be removed or denied admission to school because of the length of their hair.
We fully recognize and we support the schools in their right to have rules and to have policies. That's absolutely clear. The one thing that we also want to make clear is the fact that, as is enshrined in our Constitution, that schools cannot and should not remove students or deny students admission to a classroom based on the length of their hair. These are, in general, rules that have been in existence for a very long time. Where we are today in 2022 is not where we were when the vast majority of our schools were opened, in some cases decades ago. Right? And while we are, as the Ministry of Education, embarking this year on a general revision of the education rules, we haven't done any sort of a comprehensive review of the rules of each school. I mean, that's a monumental task, right? So that's why we thought that maybe as a general reminder to managements, to administrations, we would highlight the fact that this is something that they really can't do. It's one thing to state what your uniform is and to ensure that students abide by a certain uniform code or dress code, for example. But at the end of the day, really, I mean, studies have shown that a student's ability to learn is not impeded by the length of his hair. And we really want to remind everyone that what is important is getting students back to school right now. We have a wonderful opportunity right now at the beginning of this academic year to create positive memories in positive learning environments so that our students will have positive experiences for this academic year.
Some are of the opinion that the rules regarding hair is archaic, while others argue that it is about discipline. The CEO in the Ministry of Education says that there are more deep-seated issues that need to be addressed. Mahia says that this arbitrary issue is one of the many that are not unique to Bishop Martin High School. The hope is that all school managements take note of the message being sent by the Ministry of Education.
There is a clear message that we have sent to schools, to this school and to all others, because while you did highlight one situation yesterday, the reality is that this sort of thing has been happening in other schools as well. And we need to, again, I say, remind administrators of the need to use their discernment to be practical and to think, you know, we are not encouraging undisciplined behavior. We are not encouraging people to be extreme or to break rules or to do things that are in any way impediments to their health and safety. What we're doing is we're asking people to be mindful of the Constitution and to be mindful of what is really important. Let's get back to school. Let's focus on positive learning environments, and let's, you know, really try to build a constructive academic year, positive experiences for this academic year. The alternative would have been to address school by school, management by management, district by district. You know, that we have district education centers who are obviously extensions. They are part of our ministry and they work with these individual schools as well. Our choice was not to go school by school, management by management, because we are aware that while, as I said, you highlighted one school yesterday, Dale, but there are other schools too. And this has been happening. A school's been open a week and a half, and it's been happening, right? So the idea here is to make that blanket statement. What we do now is, as we go on, we've said it to everyone, and we go on, and where we need to now focus attention more to the schools where I understand that already there have been schools reaching out to say, okay, it's okay.
Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, is in Belize. He has been in the country since Tuesday. Today, he called on government officials as well as the staff at the Football Federation of Belize. It is the first time in recent history that a president of FIFA has visited the country. Infantino was greeted by children and their coaches on the soccer pitch during his visit to the FFP Stadium. President Infantino and Sergio Choc, the president of the Football Federation of Belize, held a press briefing at the location. News 5's Paul Lopez was there and filed the following report.
Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, was in Belmopan today, where he met with Governor General of Belize, Froela Salam, Acting Prime Minister Curdle Hyde, and the staff of the Football Federation of Belize.
It is a great pleasure for me to be here, and thanks for being here as well, because it is important that we promote and we speak about the fantastic job that is done here in Belize by my president, Sergio, and his whole team here at the Federation, with the help and the support of the government as well, the minister being here as well.
In 2020, the Football Federation of Belize broke ground for construction work to begin on the upgrade of its stadium in Belmopan. This upgrade was made possible by a $2 million investment from the International Soccer Governing Body under its FIFA Forward program. Today, President Infantino praised the progress that has been made on the stadium.
I've been visiting in the last few years over 160 countries around the world, and I can tell you that this infrastructure here is already much better than many others in many parts of the world. So really congratulations, and we keep on working on that pace, and we will invest even more.
Right now the focus is completing this one, because we are all, I say 3/4 way complete, but you see we need a parking facility, we need a shed, we need a VIP, we still need another training pitch to the back. You know, in Central America, all the national teams play on grass pitch. We can't have our national teams training strictly on a synthetic pitch and then go to play on a grass pitch in Salvador. So we need to fix our pitches that we have here. So we have a little bit more work to complete the center fully, and then we look at other projects at other areas around the country where the investment would go the longest way, maybe in Belize City, that is the most populated area.
And more recently, Belize was one of 14 nations selected from over 200 countries to adopt the FIFA Football for Schools program. President Infantino conceded that the sport of football is underdeveloped in some parts of the world. In countries like Belize, for instance, there is a greater need for player development before national teams can compete at a higher level, like the World Cup.
We believe that in a country like Belize there is an incredible talent which is naturally here, right? So what we need to focus on is how can we help Belize football to bring together this talent, to spot it, to bring it together, and to develop it so that you can have sporting results, but at the same time as well, in any case, show to the public and to the people the exemplary function of football. So together with the federation, we analyze all of that. We develop strategies on how to spot young talents, and we help building. We put at disposal the funds, and they build them, actually, the infrastructures.
President Gianni Infantino has confirmed that he will stand for re-election in 2023. Before his stop in Belize, he visited neighboring Guatemala and several other Central American countries. His tour is being viewed by some as a campaign strategy to gain support for his bid. Well, President Infantino does not have to worry about where Belize stands, because FFB President Sergio Chuk publicly declared his support today.
He doesn't have to worry about Belize, because when I took over at the first meeting, this first summit we had in Hong Kong, the panel was there discussing about how the funding would be best suited for the developing countries, and initially FIFA had proposed that the operational funds be $500,000 and the project funds be $750,000. And we sat down in the group and debated it and said, you know what, the operation for us is more important, so we lobbied for a higher operation fund. And the committee looked at it, took our recommendation from Belize, and the next thing we know, our operation funds, they reversed it. The operation funds became higher than the project funds. And so he is about listening to us and developing the countries that need it more, and so I have absolutely no reservation pledging again my support for Gianni.
Even if I wouldn't have come.
I already sent you the nomination letter.
Exactly, right? A long time ago.
Yeah, I already nominated him because I believe in what he is doing, and he has been more than good to us. And today, I'm happy that he is pleased with the way how we are using the funds.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
President Infantino was asked for his take on FFB's performance as far as managing FIFA funds are concerned. The two-time FIFA president sang the praises of President Serhiachuk, lauding what he says has been transparent management of finances. Here is what he told reporters.
I really want to congratulate the president, Serhiachuk, for what he did, because it's exactly true what you say. It was Belize, the Football Federation was in a very poor state due to several circumstances. I mean, I can speak out of experience because FIFA was more or less in the same situation when I came to FIFA. And then when when you're serious about it, when you're committed about it, we were discussing many times in the last few years, where do we have to focus our investment, on the senior national team or on the youth? And no, we have to focus on the youth because that's the future. And even if it takes a few years to build up, you need to have this vision and you need to invest the money, and you have to do it in an open and transparent way. FIFA, compared to before I arrived, is now investing in every country 7 times more. So before it was like around 300,000 a year, 250,000, and now it's over 2 million every year US dollars that we are investing. But we are not only investing, we are also making sure and controlling that the money is invested in the right places. But in Belize, since Sergio came, this has changed completely. Everything is transparent. Every dollar that comes in is accounted for. Every dollar that goes out is accounted for.
After the break, Belize receives $2 million in medical donations from India PAHO. We'll have that and more when we come back.
Start your engines now for the National MSME Roadshow, geared towards building the resilience of MSMEs and developing a national MSME directory. Sign up for this 3-day event filled with intensive boot camps, presentations, MSME support and formalization clinics, pop-up shops, and more to help you develop and promote your business. The National MSME Roadshow will be in Corozal starting August 24th, Orinduap August 31st, Belize City September 7th, Punta Gorda September 14th, Key Cocker September 22nd, Belmopan September 28th, San Ignacio and San Helena on October 5th, Dangriga October 12th, Placencia October 19th, and closes in San Pedro from October 26th. Learn more and sign up for the National MSME Roadshow by visiting the Beltrade Facebook page or call or WhatsApp us at 613-5139. And let's get your business on the road.
We're ready for the road. Make your summer better. Over $35,000 in cash and prizes with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Here's how you can enter for a chance to win. Purchase any device, sign up for a smart postpaid, broadband, or VoIP plan, use $50 or more regular prepaid credit, do a SIM swap, or text to the short code. You win 8946. And in the body of the message, enter the number of entries you would like to purchase. Each entry costs only 50 cents.
Don't waste any time. You can be the winner of weekly prizes starting July 1st. All methods give you more chances to win. Airline tickets, overnight stays at numerous resorts, cash prizes, gift certificates, and much, much more. One lucky person will win the grand prize of a $10,000 shopping spree courtesy Court and Smart.
Promotion ends September 16, 2022. So make your summer better by getting in the race to win with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Smart, bringing people together.
We had 10 of those local competitions, 5 different categories, under 15 male,
under 18 male and female, as well as the open male and female. And from these local tournaments, the winners emerged, and those are the teams who came to the national championships, the finals this weekend. In terms of fans, it was not well attended, but in terms of team participation and the level of competition, it was excellent.
I'm going to assume the responsibility as the Minister of Sports. I told my team that I come here to work, and we are going to deliver for the Belizean people. For many, many years, sports have been neglected in this country, and I'm trying to revive it and revitalize it. Our country needs sports. We are trying to reduce the crime in this country. And if we can engage them in sports, then we're going to reduce crime. So I feel very elated.
Carnival is back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival, from the King and Queen competition to mass camps to Juve, and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022, live on 5.
At the start of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Belize, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, submitted a proposal to the UN-India Development Partnership Fund to assist the country in its fight against the pandemic. A $2 million sum was approved and allocated in September of that year for the purchase of medical equipment. However, as the pandemic evolved, the government of Belize requested in May 2021 that the objectives of the grant be amended to focus more on infection prevention control for Key Cocker, which needed a medical waste incinerator facility. It also requested 2 more coolers in which COVID vaccines could be stored. The request required approvals and time extensions. And today, numerous pieces of medical equipment were distributed to public hospitals and clinics across the country. A ceremony to mark that achievement was held in Belize City, and News 5's Marian Ali was present. Here's that report.
The 3 items on display today are samples of a much larger array of medical equipment that Belize has received through the kind courtesy of the Indian government, channeled through the PAHO WHO office. PAHO WHO representative in Belize, Dr. Noreen Jack, revealed what the donation included.
The equipment included patient monitors, delivery beds, other patient beds, EKG machines, trolleys, incubators. The incinerator will be received late in September, and we anticipate the 2 more coolers by the end of the year. At that time, we'd have accomplished all the grant objectives.
The donation aims to strengthen clinical management of COVID patients and reduce the risk of further spread of the disease. CEO in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Amalia Mai, says that it complements the Ministry of Health's priority areas. According to Mai, it is in times of need that partnerships in international cooperation are most important.
Partnerships like that offered by the fund has therefore been a saving grace through the recovery. The unpredictability of the crisis demanded the fast-track financing adaptability of South cooperation. This is an excellent complement to the prevailing model of development assistance, especially as we work towards resilience and self-reliance.
Dr. Jorge Polanco, the Director of Hospital Services and Allied Health, represented Minister of Health Kevin Bernard.
Equipment will now transition to improved patient care for all patients who visit the health facilities. The incinerator for Kikakar will assist in the proper management and disposal of medical waste. Even though the incinerator was not part of the original proposal, the proposed amendment was accepted by the Indian government, for which we are grateful.
In response to a question that we later posed, Dr. Polanco informed that a CT scan that was out of commission at the KHMH should be functioning shortly with the replacing of a part that is being purchased. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
The Ministry of Health is conducting an investigation into the circumstances of a delicate childbirth that took place in Orange Walk on Tuesday night, in which the mother, a police officer, could not access ambulance services from home, where the baby was born. Today, the Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Jorge Polanco, said the Northern Regional Hospital had just dispatched the ambulance to another location based on a call for help, while Commissioner of Police Chester Williams told the media that it is understood that the ambulances are sometimes stretched thin.
We do understand the difficulty with ambulance at times. Again, you know that most areas have one or two, and sometimes they're occupied elsewhere when they're needed at a different location. So it goes to show the versatileness of police, and people do expect that whenever they're having some difficulty, regardless of what it is, that the police should be able to assist. And the officer was there, I want to think, and she saw the need and went into motion and did what she could have. I hope that the child and the mother are both okay.
The preliminary inquiry is that at the same time that the call requesting the ambulance came, at that same time they were in the process of transferring another newborn to Belize City, to Carl Hushner. It was in that moment making the decision how to move and where to move, who to give priority. At the same time, while they were doing that, the police vehicle, I was reported, arrived with the mother and the newborn. I must add to that they were managed as per protocol, that every delivery outside of the hospital setting, there is a protocol that they follow. So they were managed, and up to this morning, they were both stable. But I must also mention that tomorrow morning I have scheduled a visit to Northern Region. That visit was scheduled for Friday. Because of the incident, we said let's drop in tomorrow.
Is Mary Beth Wade wanted for questioning following the gangland slaying of Winston Tanga James back in January? The question of her alleged involvement in his execution has arisen following an audio clip that purports to be her voice in discussion with another well-known street figure regarding the incident. That audio recording is in circulation, and today, reporters asked Commissioner of Police Chester Williams to weigh in on the matter.
We have idea as to who the suspect or suspects are in respect to Tanga's murder. I guess by now the entire Belizean populace have heard a voice clip that was going around with a particular gang leader and Mary Beth. It is assumed that they are the two persons in that voice clip, and certain information was shared. We are looking at those information that were shared to see if we can confirm the information therein. But it is going to be extremely hard for various reasons. But it is an investigation the police is still looking at this time.
Is Mary Beth wanted or just a person of interest at this time?
Just a person of interest.
Sir, but is there a reason she was never detained right after the murder? Because I remember she had called her media at the time, and she was at the police station and said that I'm here and they want to detain me, etc., etc. But she was never detained. Is there a reason why?
She was actually detained, Jules, and she was questioned as well.
Floralia has applied to the Ministry of Transport for its runs to be expanded. The bus company is now looking to offer its services from Placencia to Belize City and from Benque Viejo del Carmen to Corozal. It's a move that has reportedly caused quite a stir among bus operators already running those routes. Today, reporters asked the Minister of Transport, Rodwell Ferguson, about Floralia's recent application. Here's how he responded.
Everything I do and they request a meeting, I make myself available. And so we had a meeting on Monday. And Florella did apply for one, I think, from Placencia to Belize City. And I think one from the western border to the northern border, I think vice versa. And so we sit down and we discuss. The guy from Florella was also in the meeting. And we decided to sit down and seriously analyze the whole situation. And we don't know what will be the end result. But we commit to the bus operators that we are going to respect them as pioneers in the industry. And it is time for the country to grow to another level, but we need to sit down and have serious dialogue that everybody could be on the board and understand each other.
When we return, Lisa Hemmons' Robatu wins KTV The Remix Season 4. But first, here's the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
Everything must come to an end. A much-needed vacation, or even a good book. What about the world? How will it end? Should we be worried about the end? Frightened even? What does the Bible actually say about the end? Tune in right here as we discuss the end.
Belize Tropical Hemp Company Limited introduces its new CBD products. CBD milk chocolate and CBD dark chocolate. Vegan, gluten-free with no GMO. CBD oil, 100% natural, provides many health benefits such as relieving pain and anxiety and improved heart health. Hemp cigarettes come in a pack of 10 natural hemp smokables. CBD seaweed, natural and refreshing, rich in vitamins and minerals. All products are produced and packaged by Belize Tropical Hemp Company Limited.
Keep still now.
Ouch.
I tell you no move.
Man, you really can't get a mannequin for this, man? Really?
Well, son, if I never lend you the $2,000 to buy the kids' computer and the book, I may have the money for buy my mannequin.
It's definitely better to borrow from the bank than from your friends or relatives. This way, all you owe is money.
Would you like me to turn around?
That would be good. Turn around, turn around, turn around.
Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion currently being offered by the Belize Bank.
Download the SmartStream app on the Android Play Store and create your account to get access to movies and stream at home or on the go. Prepaid customers can purchase regular data packages or get a discounted rate on a special SmartStream package by dialing 7737. Postpaid customers will be billed monthly. Never miss a movie again with SmartStream.
Carnival is back. Back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival. From the King and Queen competition to mass camps to Juve and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022 live on 5.
After 8 weeks of competition, there is a new karaoke champion. The last female standing in Season 4 of Channel 5's KTV The Remix was Lisa Hemmons Robertou. She's a songstress from Kings Park who won $10,000 in cash, a trophy, and much more in prizes. The announcement was made on Tuesday night at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts during a spectacular grand finale. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Sometimes it feels like you got everything you need.
Oh, what you need, what you need.
But there's that something that's been missing.
The grand finale of this year's KTV The Remix was jam-packed with great performances and entertainment. Finalists, judges, and others sashayed down the red carpet. It was a fun-filled family affair with an opening number from TLC Band and great performances from past winner Jenny Lee Cruz, the finalists, and the judges. For Lisa Hemmons Robertou, Aurel Castillo, and Keenan Flowers, the final moments were nerve-wracking.
It has been a wonderful journey, stressful some days, but also a great experience getting to know other people, working with Miss Karen, people behind the scenes, with the contestants who are always fun behind the scenes. It's a good show. It's a good experience.
It's been certainly an experience. Things have actually happened, and I can certainly say for a fact that this was a season of KTV. Everything I've done was planned, and nothing has gone wrong in the slightest. Every single detail that you see was intricately designed and put there by me specifically, and totally not a result of there only being one mic stand available. Or me forgetting to finish editing a thing. It's all planned, perfectly executed. I'm a genius.
It feels good. It's nerve-wracking, it's the finals. Everybody will bring their best foot, put their best foot forward, and just perform tonight, enjoy themselves. Live TV, me watch drop off, you see? I saw you go by.
Let's talk about the journey for you. How has it been different from the last?
I put more effort into it this time. If you believe it or not, I really tried this time. Last time my family got vexed because I never want to do anything, but this time I tried to raise support. I tried to show my face more, so a lot more work.
The audience and the finalists waited with bated breaths, and then came the announcement by host William Neal.
The winner of KTV, The Remix, Season 4, is Lisa Hemmons Robertou. And just so you know, finishing in second place was Keenan Flowers, and in third place, Aurel Castillo. Please give them all a big round of applause. Remember, everybody, as the presentations are being made, give them a big round of applause.
It's still surreal. I'm still wondering if that really happened. Watching the show over the years, I've always wanted to be a part of it. Indeed, I hear the people singing, I'm saying to myself, yes, I could do that.
Yeah.
I think I could do that,
Yeah.
And I didn't know this season was on until, like I said, my friend Chantel told me about it. And then I decided to try it out. I didn't know it was going to be so much work, though.
Yeah.
No? Tirelessly work.
Yeah.
To fundraise, because we're not a rich family.
No.
I guess if we were rich, we wouldn't have entered the show. But I wasn't even thinking about the money at the time. I was just thinking, hey, I could showcase my voice. Just have fun with it. See who else is in the show.
Looking back at the season, Hemmons Robertou, despite the challenge of performing a different genre every week, was able to secure top scores from the judges repeatedly. That did not spare her from being in the bottom two in the second week of the semi-final round. In the end, however, she won the bragging rights and the amazing prizes. She speaks about marketing herself and getting those votes in throughout the season.
Votes is what keeps you in the show.
So if you don't have the votes, even if your song like Mariah Carey, you're going to be booted off the show.
Yes.
So that's the reason why we need to fundraise. We literally have to. Every week we send in basically close to 1,000 votes every single week.
Yeah.
Wow. And then coming on to the finale, it was thousands of votes. You have to literally have just, I can't say enough, a team of people supporting you.
Yeah.
That is huge on the show. And if you don't have that, it's hard.
So what's next for Hemp and Zabatu?
Focusing on writing more, because I really did stop writing. So that, and then trying to actually record that song professionally. That would be really cool. And some others, hopefully.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Just ahead, Belize Fest 2022 will be held in Inglewood, California.
In 2018, before I was diagnosed with cervical 4A, stage 4A cancer. First, it was a size of a grapefruit. That's what the doctor told me. No? The kidney got enlarged. I couldn't do any chemotherapy because of the kidney. So I had to do only radiation. And I did my first session of 25. And then when I finished with the 25 sessions, I went back, she checked it, and she saw 4 centimeters. And I went back for the next 10 days, and after that, when she checked it again, she said, oh, it's like nothing is there. It wasn't painful, but it's a machine that you go under, and you have like a big, like a circular, and that goes 5 times. You'll take 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do the radiation, 1 session. Then you go back the next morning, another session. Well, I personally will highly recommend Galenia Hospital because of its good services, friendly staff, the doctors, very caring. Well, I just want to thank them for everything that they have done for me, you know, the staff and the doctor, especially Dr. Jamie, because she was my doctor for the radiation, no?
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Standing over this. Messi.
Great entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
Make your summer better. Over $35,000 in cash and prizes with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Here's how you can enter for a chance to win. Purchase any device, sign up for a smart postpaid, broadband, or VoIP plan, use $50 or more regular prepaid credit, do a SIM swap, or text to the short code. You win 8946. And in the body of the message, enter the number of inches you would like to purchase. Each entry costs only 50 cents.
Don't waste any time. You can be the winner of weekly prizes starting July 1st. All methods give you more chances to win. Airline tickets, overnight stays at numerous resorts, cash prizes, gift certificates, and much, much more. One lucky person will win the grand prize of a $10,000 shopping spree courtesy Court and Smart.
Promotion ends September 16, 2022. So make your summer better by getting in the race to win with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Smart, bringing people together.
Los Angeles, California has for decades boasted a large population of Belizeans. Annually, during the month of September, a huge festival that attracts thousands is organized in an area known as Inglewood. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Belize Fest could not be held, and this year, True Belizean proprietor Farron Smith is reviving the fete. It features everything Belizean, including food and music, and allows for those who cannot make it back to Belize to enjoy the patriotic season. Smith says that this is the 7th year that he has been organizing the Belize Fest.
Belize Fest is our September celebrations here in LA, and it takes place in Inglewood, California. It is a time when Belizeans come from near and far, all over the place, and from different states also, to come and celebrate being Belizean. We come and celebrate 10th, and we come and celebrate the independence, which is the 21st, right? So we just, that being that we're in the States and there's not a holiday for those events here, we just celebrate it as close to the date as we could possibly do. Every year this event has a whole lot of excitement around it, and the thing that's the most exciting is that this is all Belizean. We have Belizean food, Belizean musicians, Belizean everything, just everything Belizean. So the amount of Belizean pride is just on 1,000, you know? So the excitement, as you could tell just by that, is very much, you know, being far away from home, this is the closest thing we could get to doing to 10th and 21st. The tradition of having Belizean events here in California has been going on for way longer than I've been in LA. It's been going on for way longer. There's a whole lot of people that did this before me and that are still doing it while I'm doing it too. They're doing their own thing, and you know, there's a lot of people that's involved with doing what I'm doing it with me also. And a lot of these people, they've been literally doing work like this for like 60 years now.
For the first time, Belize Fest is partnering with the Belize Tourism Board and the Ministry of Tourism and Diaspora Relations. Through this partnership, the festival will raffle a plot of land in Belize and a round-trip ticket and hotel stay to lucky Belizean attendees. Farron Smith speaks with the media about what the funds will be used for.
It is a fundraiser. True Belizean is a non-profit organization, and what we do is spread Belizean culture. And when we're done doing that, what we do is we give scholarships to children in Belize, mostly. You know what I mean? We do help out the Belizean community here. It's more of a networking type of something deal that, you know, during the festival, I bring in a lot of different organizations, Belizean businesses and stuff like that. So on that day, you'll see like even the staff is all Belizean, the team building, whatever, setting up the fence and all, then everybody that Belizean. It's a whole Belizean thing going on. All the booths are Belizean. You know, we have a Belizean restaurant is on the same street. That restaurant is called Little Belize. They're one of the sponsors and supporters of True Belizean and Belize Fest. We have Smart Enterprises, which is my partner, and then we have a whole lot of other non-profits that they are doing work in Belize. They send stuff. They go down and work and do all these things.
Belize Fest takes place on September 11th and 18th. Night 2 of Carnival Mass Camp 2022 was as pumped and spirited as it used to be in pre-COVID era, with revelers dressing up in their shimmery and colorful costumes to put off their best show in a bid to capture the judges' attention and earn the highest possible points in this category of the overall judging. All of the groups have multiple categories that include revelers representing different themes that they will present during the Carnival Road March on Saturday. The News 5 team of reporter Marion Alley and videographer Chris Mangar were dispatched to cover the sights and sounds.
The first of 5 stops for Carnival Mass Camp 2022 was at the Iguana Street basketball court, where the Collet Royal Revelers did their all to wow the judges. Their band leader, Samantha Soberanis, explained their theme, "Through the eyes of our survivors, you are stronger than you think."
If you have been listening to the news, you will notice that we have numerous kids who are being abused, right? I said, you know what? That's a good idea, right? And then since we have gone, well, before COVID, domestic violence is a plague to us. There are a lot of women who are suffering in silence, and we believe that it is time to shed light on our survivors, right?
At the Pickstock Mass Band's location near BWS headquarters, City Councillor Stefan Hamilton shared that her band's 4 themes also depict phases of challenges and survival.
We have the mystical warriors, and they are in the land of Kaluma. The land of Kaluma, there is no hope, there is no joy, there is no peace, and there is only death and disease and famine. Purple signifies that there is death after the war. Then after that we have the black and white, which is also a combination of the purple, which signifies death. After that we have the white, which signifies joy, which signifies peace, which signifies serenity. And then after that we have the beautiful rainbow colors, whereby we're celebrating Carnival in dancing, in having fun, in having love with each other.
The next stop was a location for the Soca Massive Junior Band on Vernon Street, where their manager, Pauline Bradley, revealed her band's theme as knowledge through the eyes of a child.
When you reach a preschool, they learn the squares, the triangles, the circle, what are the basic. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and that's our first section. But when they move from there and they advance on to crayon, they start with pencils and pen, and that's a primary school level. That section is called in the classroom, but that section is also dedicated to children and teachers, because without teachers we don't have an educated system. So that is also dedicated to teachers. And what is school without recess? We have to balance off our life. It can't be all hard work and no play. Right. And so this is the third section.
Fourth up for judging was Mother Nature Mass Band's camp on St. Thomas Street. Script writer and costume designer Leroy Green told us that his group's theme, The Revival, was inspired by the changes brought on by COVID. The portrayals are depicted in the designs of the king and queen costumes.
between, you'll see little divers, sea creatures, and that denotes the fact that the industries which come from the bee economy include tourism, the fishing industry. The king is actually King Danny.
Okay.
Half of Danny is black, half is white. The black part has all those stars, slivers of light, which symbolizes that even though Corona put Belize in a metaphoric sleep, the slivers of light suggest the fact that there is still hope beneath the darkness.
Okay.
The white side with the rainbow superimposed on it, the white side represents day, which means that we believe as a country has now awoken from that sleep. And the rainbow suggests a variety of new industries and so on, which has come into being.
The last camp, Soka Moka Mass Camp, got disrupted just minutes before the revelers were supposed to begin their presentation for the judges because of a shooting that occurred a few yards away from the location. That event was pushed back to Thursday night. But perhaps Samantha Soberanis encapsulated the purpose of the September season best, only a couple hours earlier and 2 lanes away from the shooting scene.
Peace. Let's live together, man. No time for we. Hold it down for the crime and violence and live it up.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.